ma ei näe. Tulustab. Jah, aga ekraani pilti.
Ütle, sa räägid alguses.
Ma näitan slaidi ka. Jah. Okay, let's start. So we have second year we are organizing 3D artist portfolios in English. So thank you for watching live or afterward. I'm making some very small introduction of our curriculum, and then 8 of our students have an opportunity to show what they have done and what they want to do with their future. Yay! I will start with the introduction of our school. So Tartu Art School is situated in Tartu, second biggest city in Estonia, and it's a vocational school where students can study graphic design, decoration, as a personal stylist or 3D artist. And I'm going to the 3D artist curriculum. Generally, it's 3D generalist curriculum, but usually students specialize already during their studies to some specific area, and these are, for example, game development, architecture, visualization, product development, 3D and 2D art, VR and VFX. And the curriculum consists of the main parts of which this curriculum consists is art, so they get a pretty good art background. They have drawing, painting lessons, composition, color theory, etc., and also art history. And also technical skills. Our main softwares what we use are Blender, Unreal Engine, Substance Painter, and Pixel Mixer. But there are some others also. They also have lessons related to teamwork and self-development to develop their social skills and also learning skills during all the 3.5 years. Every week they have meetings with their group and their coaches. Then we have 1-week workshops, which are held 5 times a year. They are 1-week-long workshops where they can choose from 60 different workshops in total during the year. And some of the 3D-related ones, for example, VR painting, digital painting, VFX, substance, circular design, video mapping, video game environments, animation, compositing, and also game jams. And most of the mentors in these workshops are outside from school, so directly from the industry. And game jams, which are held on weekends, our students are teaming up with Tartu University programming students. Projects. They have several projects during the curriculum, for example, exhibition project and entrepreneurship project. And one of the exhibition projects you will see today also related to VR environments. And internships. It's 2 months of the whole curriculum, and they have students have possibility to go abroad or have an internship place in Estonia. So we have partners in Denmark, Sweden, Cyprus, and in Estonia some of the companies where internships are held, or already some students or former students are already working. Then the final boss is they have to show their showreel and portfolio. So this was a couple of days ago. It's so they defend their or show their knowledge, and if they have the skills and the knowledge, then they will get the degree. And the committee who is evaluating students are usually from the industry. And now, for the artist presentations, which is also one part of the, not part of the curriculum, it's voluntary, so we have 8 voluntary students here, and we're starting with Anni. So, yeah, floor is yours.
So hello to everyone, my name is Anni, and yeah, I just recently graduated from Tartu Art School studying 3D design. And before coming here, I've done a couple of years of film studies in Lucas School of Arts in Campus Narratives, Brussels, in Belgium. And yeah, then I got interested in 3D and decided to do something extra. And my main interests are photorealistic product rendering and also VFX, which I'm now studying as an extra. And I've done a lot of video editing before as well. So now I will show my portfolio, starting with my demo reel. So this was my demo reel, and now we'll show some of the works in it that we saw in the demo as well. So first of all, there is this VFX practice done during my internship with freelance VFX artist Egert Kanep. And that was a week-long project that we did, just to get me started on everything. And that was also my first time using Houdini. And I wasn't very familiar back then with Guerrilla Render. This is also one of the programs I'm studying aside. And everything was composited in Blackmagic Fusion. So the second project seen in my demo reel was the skateboard model. That started up as a weekend project just to practice modeling and to get more familiar with Substance Painter. And for the demo reel, I wanted to have a little bit of animation also in, so I did this small animation of it. And here are some technical pictures of the process in Substance Painter. And some more technical info. And also the drawing on the skateboard, that was also done by me, and that was one of the projects done in school during our digital drawing class when we had the section of anatomic drawing. So next project I will show is an interior visualization that we did together with one of my classmates It was actually a bigger project. It was a full house that we had to design, and it was in the style of mid-century modern. And the client, as it was schoolwork, the client of this project was our teacher, and she explained how her life is like and what she needs in her house. And that was the bathroom that I designed. Yeah, we separated all the rooms. That both of us had like some rooms to design, and that was one of my responsibilities. And that was also the one that I found the most fun, and I was the most pleased with the design. And for the portfolio, I did change the renders. I added backgrounds to the windows and changed some textures because I felt that this wasn't presenting anymore good enough. So this is with a little bit of upgraded version now. So the plants in this project are not done by me. These are from BlenderKit because yeah, doing all the vegetation seemed to take too much time. And so I decided to go the easier route, but I've also done some plants. So here is my snake plant model, and that was also to practice photorealistic rendering. This is done in Arnold. And there is, I will also show a product rendering project that I've done. This is all done in Blender. I used procedural materials, rendered in cycles, and water surface is done using dynamic paint water. And here is, it was also one of my first times using geometry nodes, and all the condensation is done with geometry nodes. And the final thing I will show are those stirrups. I've been like working with horses all my life and around them, so I decided to use some familiar objects. This render is also done in Arnold and textured in Substance Painter. And under here is another horse-related thing. This is a cycles render and also textured in cycles. And what it's used for, you can see here. But this is it from me. You can contact me on Instagram, Quality Trash Exclusive, on see my website from the resume, find my email there. And yes, thank you for listening, and I will give it for the next person.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Regina. I just basically finished the school, as all we did, and I'm still interested in 3D after all these years, but mostly I'm interested in 3D animation. I also love to go into the detail with my projects and works, and work for hours on some tedious things. And I worked for a lot of hours also on my demo reel, so maybe I'll show it too. Why not? Oh, the sound, it's supposed to be there, but now it's not there. It's fine, the sound, who needs it? Okay, my latest and biggest projects was 17th century Spain galleon replica. I worked on it for somewhat a year, and as a result, I have a pretty detailed boat. Only optimization is left, and then it can be used for even more things than just render pictures. I think the hardest part was the ship rigging, the system of ropes and cables, because I needed to place them on the ship manually. It was tedious, but then again, I love this kind of work. This one just needed a lot of willpower to finish. But in the end, I'm proud of what I have created. I love almost every part of the ship, but the big head and the big anchor is my favorite spots on the ship. And there's also some other spots, which is very pretty. As I mentioned, 3D animation inspires me a lot, so while brainstorming ideas for the showreel, I came out upon the idea of showing around the ship with this seagull, which sounded fun. I ended up making 2 animations, take off, and the landing. While animating it, it could happen something like that. And then I would grab my head for some time and think, why did you do it? How do I fix it? But it's still fun. But then again, I enjoyed the process. Watching all those videos of seagulls was very entertaining. During my internship in Cyprus, I also had the chance to make game assets animations. And also I also saw them in the VR. Sadly, I didn't have an opportunity to film it and show it in my portfolio, but I did saw it myself, and it was really cool. Yes, there we go. Geometry nodes, references. Yes. And I will finish with this small animation exercise. I love details, so I decided to somewhat challenge myself and do a low poly model, rigged it, and then made it. And here we have a cute ketchup doing some things, reading us and gratitude, and what a sweet cat. Yep, that's it. You can contact me if you want through this ArtStation. You have all the info there on Instagram and all around. And, yeah, thank you for listening. Bye.
Thank you. Lorena.
Hi, I'm Lorraine. I'm mostly interested in interior design and architectural visualization. I had a 2-month internship in an architectural company as a rendering artist. I'll be starting off with showing my demo reel. So this is a Scandinavian styled kitchen. I wanted to achieve a bright and a clean look, and this is the first project that got me really interested in interior design. This is a coffee machine made by reference. Definitely improved my subdivision modeling skills with this one, and it was a tough piece to work on because I don't do like detailed stuff and like machines, but I think it came out really good, and I'm proud of it. A minimalistic Japanese style inspired bathroom. So this project was mostly inspired by like surfing on the web, and I saw a bathroom that had a platform on it that's like separated almost with like a wall panel and stuff, and I wanted to include that in my render. So when I think of a living room, I think of it to be cozy and warm toned. So that's what I wanted to achieve with this render. So keeping like also the color tones very limited. And the artwork here is made by me. And that's it for me. You can contact me via our station. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Carolina.
Hello, my name is Carolina. I'm also a graduating 3D art student from Torture School. I'm mostly interested in texturing, doing texturing objects, and doing everything related to color and concept design. And I'll also be showcasing you my demo reel. So, first of all, I'll start with a small project. It was first of all, I'm starting with this project, even though it's simple. This is a stylized rock that I made during my internship as a warm-up, where I practiced Substance Painter and doing hand-painted and more stylized textures and modeling. The rock itself is textured in Substance Painter, and the grass and foliage is done in Photoshop. And then that project kind of grew up, turned into a bigger project than I imagined. And even though I'm still working on it, one thing I can show you is this fox mask that will also be included in the final kind of a mini game ready asset, game ready asset set or scene that I'm working on. During my internship, I mostly did a lot of concept art, so I didn't get to do a lot of 3D modeling or texturing. But here's some concept art I made for this project. So different fox mask designs, different lantern designs that will also be included in the final scene, as well as lantern post designs. So this was mainly inspired by Art Nouveau and a little bit by like Alice in Wonderland vibes and Narnia, this mystical fantasy kind of feeling. And another thing that I was working on was also a baseball game prototype that I'm still just a little bit working on. I mostly did a lot of designs for the baseballs. They had this kind of a game prototype that had no textures or no nothing, and they wanted me to design and have this great design, layout, and style for the game. So I kind of went wild and crazy with the colors, since they wanted something colorful and fun and eye-catching. And I did some also uh, designs and some boxes to put things and stuff into, and some sticker designs. As you can see, one of the boxes has some stickers on it. These are done in Illustrator, and these are later used as decals on, can be used as decals on the boxes themselves. Here's the design. Here's the stop marks and the street signs. And here's an example on how the stickers would look in if they were to be used in Substance Painter. And finally, for my final project, I also show these procedurally textured glass rows that I made. I wanted to study and learn about rendering class and caustics in Blender, and first time doing textures procedurally was pretty fun. Totally different work from what I'm used to, but I did enjoy it. And yeah, that's about it from me. You can find my stuff LinkedIn, Instagram, on my ArtStation, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello, I'm David. I am also graduated in the school. I love 3D modeling. I like to do it more, and I want to go further with it. Also love VFX. I want to try it. I haven't tried it so much, but it's something that I'd like to work on and do more. Yes, I'm going to show my portfolio now. Firstly, I'm going to show you my biggest project yet, KTM motorcycle. It's mostly done in Blender, and I've worked on it for a year. Only decals and the stickers are made in Illustration and Illustrator and Photoshop. The toughest part of this project was the motor, the engine, I'm sorry. And since it has so many parts and the reference was pretty difficult to find, and there's a lot of different parts for different KTMs, different motorcycles, and I had to find the right ones, so it was pretty difficult. I think the engine came up looking pretty good. After completing, I also wanted to make an environment, so this is where I tried to make stuff related to motorcycles and the objects and model objects for environment. This is work in progress though. Yeah, it's not finished. I still want to work on it more, but it's something I'm really proud of, and I like to do more this kind of stuff. This also you can see the reference. Then I will show you also firefighter bed that I got to make when I was working at Polywork. It's a 3D studio in Tartu, or I was at the internship. And this is made for a unit game, or yeah, it's a unit game. It was for a smoke divers exercise VR game. So it was first time I did something like this. So it was really fun, and I learned a lot. You can see two poses and no pose, and when it's equipped on the player. And also reference again. This was really fun. Learned a lot, did everything in Blender. Also got the chance to try channel packing, which I have never heard of, and it was fun. I liked it really a lot. And also will show you podcast. This is a microphone that I made. This is a personal project. I have this microphone in real life, so I wanted to try VFX, so I want CGI, so I wanted to try to model this microphone so I can put it next to my own microphone, like to try it in a motion tracking exercise, so some kind of video make it. Currently I only have this model textured, but I haven't tried yet to put it in the video. But it's something I really like to work on. And this is it from me. You can also contact me pretty much with Outstation, I think. Only. Maybe you can find me on Facebook. That's it.
Maybe.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next up, Rahel.
Hello, my name is Rahel, and I enjoy mostly character and game environment design. My portfolio consists of my bigger game project called Frostbite. So, in the game, all the models are done by me, and the character design is also by me. And the game uses tank controls and fixed camera movement. The environment inspiration is mostly from games like Silent Hill and older PlayStation 1 games. The bridge right now in these scenes is made in Unreal Engine, as is the whole game, but I found some issues with importing my own meshes, so I opted to building some stuff within the game itself. So my main focus with this game was mostly for it to be a visual game, where I can focus on the designs. So there's no really any gameplay, it's just walking around and seeing what I've done. So here are the concept sketches for the main character. The monsters. The inspiration for these monsters is mostly from Cry of Fear, where the monster designs relate to the character and their mental health and fears and such. And the game has 3 levels: an inside, a house, apartment area, a stairwell, and an outside area, which is the second level, which is mostly done in Unreal itself, the steps, the bridge, and the landscape. And the last level is the apartment, but just frozen, so there's really no new assets or anything. Since I mostly focus on design, I also have one of my game jam character designs that I made. And here I have another work in progress, design of a more cyber mech armor. And the last picture that I will show is a concept art for a skin for a video game, which is, it was my own personal project. And that's everything that I have to show. Thank you.
Next one. Tim.
Hello, I am Tim Hendrik Kusk. I am a 3D modeler, a concept artist, and a overall digital artist. My main interests reside in more fantastical and more cartoony models and styles. Though I am able to make more realistic looking models if need be. For example, here is a motorbike, Norton 750 Commander, that I made in Blender, really. I would like to note that the floor texture and the seat texture has been taken from somewhere else though. But my favorite type of 3D design has to do with emulating two-dimensional effects using Blender, Godot, and what else have you. I also gain most of my influence and inspiration from video games by playing them or studying them, trying to deconstruct what works, what doesn't, why does it work, why would somebody make a decision then and there. But I do, mostly as a hobby, I do dabble in digital arts, be it digital painting or digital drawings. I often also base them off of or inspire them off of other video games or media that I consume. And in the future, I would perhaps hope to do some sort of indie project or work on a video game, which would have some more fantastical elements to it, as I find that that sort of presentation speaks to me a bit more, as I can have my creativity flourish a lot more. And with that, I thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you. Do the last one. Hold on.
But where is it?
Tee refresh äkki, ma tõstsin. Lõpus. Slaidi sees.
Cool. Hello, my name is Paula, and I'm graduating 3D design in Tartu Art School. I mostly like actually game design, VR, and everything. I can do also interior design. I enjoy that as well. So I'll show you. I've been to a couple of game channels as well,
and I'll show you my demo reel firstly. Now I will show you some of my work as well. For example, this car was is actually the longest project I had, because that was started when I started school. And well, I didn't have as much skills, and second year I had to like fix it and stuff. And now, when I had finished the exterior of the car, I decided to make it complete. So I went on to model all the interior stuff as well. And mostly, well, I would say like half of it at least is textured in Substance Painter, and some other parts is textured in Blender. Didn't really enjoy it as much because I'm not really a car person, but yeah, when I finished it, I was like pretty satisfied with the result. Mostly like to do like or like natural creatures or something, like living objects and stuff. For example, here, make this hammerhead. I wanted to practice more like speed modeling, more to like practice and become more fast at it. And I like anatomical forms, so I can make more like realistic creatures and stuff. And the textures are painted by me in Photoshop. And here's the other fish as well. Textures is also, that was the first project that I had, where I painted the textures myself in Photoshop. Really enjoyed the process, since I really enjoy texturing, and especially painting textures in Photoshop or Substance Painter. That project started as just sculpting. I wanted to practice more detailed sculpting, and I was pretty satisfied with the results. So I thought to take it further. I made the retopo, and then baked normals, and also textured, painted textures in Photoshop. Here's some wireframe as well. I'll go straight to the VR experience. That is a collab with Gerlit Kehman, my course mate. We firstly made this church interior of the Axi Church as a school project on second year, and then as it we were also pretty satisfied with the result and everything. And when we had this school exhibition coming up, we thought we wanted to do something 3D, so we decided to take this church and put it in Unreal Engine and make a VR experience out of it. We didn't have really anybody to ask, or nobody had really experience making VR, so we just pretty much, two of us tried to troubleshoot and figure it out how things are made, and sometimes it was pretty stressing. And we had to make, since we made this church on our second year, we didn't know, we didn't come up to it to just make all the UV layouts and everything. That's actually necessary, but when we went on to this exhibition project like this VR, then we saw that we have to actually do all the UVs again and everything, but yeah, it was worth it. It was pretty annoying, but as soon as when we got to put all the assets in the Unreal Engine and see them there, it was really rewarding. Yeah, that's the video. Should I show this? So, yeah. That's the video is that was made for the exhibition to present it. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Paula, you were the only one who actually used that 10 minutes that you had. So everybody else did it shorter. So our session has begun to the end. So thank you for watching, and you find all the contacts from the students, or actually the alumni's portfolios, and next year, next students. Thank you, see you next year. Bye-bye.